Center built at Falaghyot Specialized Hospital in Amhara Regional State. Chief Administrator of the Amhara Regional State, Dr. Abacha Makonnen, Minister of Health, Dr. Amir Aman, Minister of Culture and Tourism, Dr. Hirut Kasau, and other regional state officials attended the inauguration ceremony. Dr. Amir said the country plans to build 13 oxygen production and distribution centers until 2012 Ethiopian fiscal year. Dr. Amir stated that the ministry is committed to improving access to oxygen across the country through sustainable solutions like this center. The Amhara Regional State Government, Ministry of Health, General Electric GE Foundation, and Grand Challenges Canada announced the launch of the Oxygen Center. GE Foundation Executive Director Dr. David Barash said the commissioning of the Amhara Regional Oxygen Center is the culmination of concerted efforts by many organizations over the past 3 years. The Amhara Regional Oxygen Center is a pioneering model for oxygen production and distribution, it was pointed out. According to ENA's website, the Oxygen Center is a flagship program of the Safe Surgery 2020, which brings together innovations, global expertise, and local experience to make surgical care safe and accessible for all. A cornerstone has been laid in Matu town to build Ethiopian Commodity Exchange Warehouse at a cost of more than 65 million birr. A delegation led by Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has visited development projects in Matu town. Let us trace out the story.
A delegation led by Ethiopian Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has been welcomed by Ilubabor Zone residents. On the event, cornerstone has been laid for the construction of Ethiopian Commodity Exchange Warehouse Matu branch. The market center project is said to be built at a cost of about 66 million birr. The center will have product quality assurance laboratory. Adding 33 stores will also be built in the center. Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopian Commodity Exchange Wandemaganyo Nagara said construction of the center will be finalized within 9 months up to 1 year. The project is expected to create job opportunities for 143 job seekers, including youth of its vicinity. The chief executive officer underscored that the project will play an indispensable role in supplying export products both in quality and quantity, through creating market linkage.
It enables farmers of the zone to get appropriate price for their products by conducting evidence-based transaction.
According to OBN's Shamsuddin Hussein, 80,000 tons of coffee beans collected annually throughout Ilubabor zone from 172,000 hectares of land. Recognition has been given to this coffee on the event. Some people OBN talked to said they will contribute to the realization of the project. They hope that it will have greater contribution to the Oromo economy. Asphalt road project from Matu Teachers College up to Matu University has also been inaugurated.
In related news, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa, have held discussion with residents of Matu town of the Ilubabor zone in Oromia Regional State. Olama Baina reports.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, together with President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa, has conferred with representatives of Ilubabor zone people in Matu town. People of the zone have expressed their happiness for the two leaders' presence in their zone. They have also raised various questions concerning limitations of infrastructure found in different parts of the zone.
People of Ilubabor zone have many questions of infrastructure development. We ask our questions in a peaceful way. People's questions shouldn't be answered through struggle. For instance, Matu University has not been serving the community of this zone to the extent it should.
They have also raised the challenges in terms of joblessness in the zone. In our zone, there is huge joblessness rates. In this regard, our youth have been practicing unwanted activities. They are also even practicing bad habits. This may also lead them towards criminal practices. The main reason for these problems is lack of investment in our zone. If there is investment expansion, joblessness will be reduced, she said. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has also responded to questions raised from the people of the zone.
I heard some of your questions before. I heard questions about hospital, road, and airport. I think you understand me when I say I heard. I don't speak anymore. Concerning Metro University, it was good to build it here, but we will talk with the concerned parties how it will help the surrounding community.
President of the Oromia Regional State, Lama Magarsa, for his part, said that the government has been striving to respond to public grievances.
Unless it is due to lack of economic effort, we do not hesitate in investment areas. It is not for the other purpose that we have been struggling rather than solving problems of people. Therefore, we will strongly work to solve your problems in all we afford.
A delegation led by Dr. Abiy Ahmed and Lama Magarsa has today arrived in Bunno Bedele zone and visiting that zone, actually the newly established zone that was separated from Ilubabor. Ethiopia's Minister of Transport, Dagmait Moges, said the pilots who were commanding Flight ET302/10 March have followed the Boeing recommended and FAA approved emergency procedures to handle the plane. The Ministry of Transport released a preliminary report on Ethiopian Airlines accident. Leta Teresa has more.
Ethiopian Ministry of Transport has briefed media on the preliminary report about the country's airline accident. Minister of the Transport Dagmait Moges has stated the initial findings of the investigation as follows.
The initial findings of the investigation on the basis of initial information gathered during the course of investigation, the following facts have been determined. Number one, the aircraft possessed a valid certificate of airworthiness. The second one, the crew obtained the license and qualifications to conduct the flight. And third, the takeoff roll appeared very normal. And the fourth one is the crew performed all the procedures repeatedly provided by the manufacturer, but was not able to control the aircraft.
According to her, safety recommendations have been forwarded by the investigation team and the preliminary report.
Initial information gathered during the course of investigation, 2 safety recommendations has been forwarded in the preliminary report. The first one is, since repetitive uncommanded aircraft nose-down conditions are noticed in this preliminary investigation, it is recommended that the aircraft flight control system related to the flight controllability shall be reviewed by the manufacturer. And the second one is, aviation authorities shall verify that the review of the aircraft flight control system related to flight controllability has been adequately addressed by the manufacturer before release of the aircraft to operations.
The minister said detailed report about the accident will be announced to the international community within the next 1 year.
157 people on board died after 6 minutes after takeoff. Of course, that told the world it is dangerous to use that MAX 737. Of course, 300 aircrafts were landed or grounded so that they will not fly until they are told to the world that they're worthy enough. And later news, Boeing Chief Executive Officer Dennis Muilenburg said following the release of the Ethiopian Airlines Flight ET302 preliminary investigation, it was apparent that a suspect feature called the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, known as MCSS, was activated in response to data errors in the system. In a statement on Thursday, Boeing's chairman and chief executive, Dennis Muilenburg, said that following the release of the report, it was quite apparent that both flights, the MCAS software was activated in response to erroneous angle of attack information. He said, quote, as pilots have told us, erroneous activation of MCAS function can add to what is already a high workload environment. It is our responsibility to eliminate this risk. We own it and we know how to do it. Earlier, Boeing said in a statement, quote, to ensure unintended MCAS activation will not occur again, Boeing has developed and is planning to release a software update to MCAS and an association comprehensive pilot training and supplementary education program for the 737 MAX. The company said the update, quote, adds additional layers of protection and will prevent erroneous data from causing MCAS activation. Flight crews will always have the ability to override MCAS and manually control the airplane. Boeing has issued guidance to pilots on how to manage MCAS crafts, which was previously an extra warning system on all 737 MAX aircraft, which was an optional safety feature. It is also revising pilot training to provide enhanced understanding of the 737 MAX flight system and crew procedures. Dennis Muilenburg was born in Orange City, Iowa, United States, in 1964, and worked in Boeing since 1985. He got his bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering from Iowa University and master's degree in aeronautics and astronautics from University of Washington. And he said that, of course, we will see the final comments that will come out recently. The Swedish government has decided to increase its development cooperation with Ethiopia with approximately $20 million over the next 2 years. The new fund aims to support the ongoing reform process in the country and civil society organizations working on democracy and human rights issues. Thus, it will be used to support electoral and legal sectors and strengthen the national peace architecture, according to the Ministry of Finance. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, established a task force on the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden during the meeting of the IGAD Committee of Ambassadors. The establishment of the task force was in line with the decision of the 46th Ordinary Session of IGAD Council of Ministers, which was held in Djibouti on 27 February 2019. The task force is expected to study, review, and advise on the conclusions and recommendations of the Council and urgently chart a regional plan of action with clear timelines, IGAD said in its statement. Further, the task force will build a common position and a strategy to respond to the challenges and opportunities in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden arena. The task force will coordinate its efforts with the African Union Commission in line with the decisions of the Council, FBC website reported. You have been watching OBN coming to you live from Adama, Oromia, Ethiopia. With me, Anwar Khalil. Thanks for watching. Have a good time. Bye-bye.